Hello everyone, we are from Group 6. We will explain about interesting chapter, namely all about cyanophyta. The member of Group 6, it is myself, my name is Fauziah Nur, and my friend Raihani Rafila Sesa, Sekar Wengi Nugroho, and Kairan Nisa. At this time, we will explain about definition and characteristics cyanophyta, reproduction cyanophyta, role of cyanophyta, and classification. First, definition and characteristic of cyanophyta. Cyanophyta comes from Greek, namely cyano or cyanos, which means blue, while phyta means plain. Cyanophyta is also known as cyanobacteria, blue-green alga, or cyanophytes. Jadi cyanophyta ini biasa dikenal dengan cyanobacteria, alga hijau biru, atau cyanophytes. Green blue alga or cyanophyta is the only alga that belong to the kingdom Monera, divisio Cyanophyceae. It is included in the kingdom Monera because the cell structure is similar to the structure of a bacterial cell, which is prokaryotic. Jadi cyanobacteria atau ganggang hijau biru dulu disebut dengan cyanophyta dan masuk sebagai filum Monera yang kini tergolong ke dalam filum bakteria. Jadi, bakteria itu terdiri dari dua filum, yaitu bakteria dan cyanophyta. Cyanophyta merupakan mikroalga bersel tunggal atau berbentuk benang dengan struktur tubuh yang masih sederhana dan bersifat autotrof. Dinding selnya mengandung pektin, hemiselulesa, dan selulosa yang kadang-kadang berupa lendir. Characteristic of cyanophyta. The individual cells are prokaryotic in nature. Selnya bersifat prokaryotik. Both vegetative and reproductive cell are non-flagella. Dinding selnya mengandung mikrofibril yang dibedakan menjadi 4 lapisan, yaitu peptida, hemiselulosa, selulosa, dan mempunyai selaput yang berlendir. Not have chloroplast but have chlorophyll. It is autotroph, tergolong ke dalam autotrof karena dapat membuat makanan sendiri dari zat organik dan juga karena memiliki klorofil. Bentuk selnya itu uniselular, contohnya pada genus Chlorococcus glycocapsa, dan bentuk koloni pada genus Polistes merismopodia. Nah, ini bentuk sel yang satu selular, yaitu Chlorococcus glycocapsa, and yang bentuk koloni yaitu merismopodia dapat dilihat pada gambar berikut ini. The principal pigment are chlorophylls A, green, picocyanin, blue, and picoerythrin, red. The body structure is still simple. The cell was contain pectin, hemicellulosa, and cellulosa, which are sometimes in the form of mucus. Nah, jadi dinding selnya mengandung pektin, hemiselulosa, dan selulosa yang kadang-kadang berupa lendir. Oleh sebab itu, cyanophyta itu biasa dikenal dengan Mycophyceae atau alga lendir. Some blue-green alga that colonize with filamentous form have heterotista and resting spores. Jadi beberapa alga hijau biru yang berkoloni dengan bentuk berserabut memiliki heterotista. Apa itu heterotista? Heterotista adalah sel yang lebih tebal dan memiliki inti. Spora istirahat merupakan spora yang dindingnya sangat tebal dan di dalamnya berisi sel. These algae are called pioneer living things because they can live in places where other living things cannot exist. And then the result foods are cyanophycean starch and cyanophycean granules or protein. Kromatofor yang terikat membran tidak ada. Akan tetapi pigmennya ditemukan tertanam di tilakoid. Next, about reproduction of Cyanophyta, it will be explained by Raihani Rafilasesa. To Raihani Rafilasesa, time is yours.
Yang kedua adalah reproduksi. Jadi ada 3 cara Cyanophyta bereproduksi. Yang pertama ada binary fission atau pembelahan biner, yang kedua ada fragmentation atau fragmentasi, dan yang ketiga ada formation of endospores atau pembentukan endospora. Jadi yang pertama pembelahan biner. Pembelahan biner dapat terjadi pada Cyanobacteria uniseluler maupun multiseluler yang berbentuk filamen atau benang. Pada Cyanobacteria uniseluler, sel-sel hasil pembelahan ada yang langsung memisah dan ada pula yang tetap bergabung sehingga membentuk koloni. Contohnya pada Gliocapsa. Sel-sel hasil pembelahan pada Cyanobacteria yang berbentuk filamen menyebabkan filamen menjadi bertambah panjang. Terus yang kedua ada fragmentation. Fragmentation adalah pemutusan sebagian tubuh organisme. Bagian tubuh yang terlepas akan tumbuh menjadi individu baru. Fragmentasi terjadi pada Cyanobacteria yang berbentuk filamen. Pemutusan bagian tubuh dapat terjadi di bagian-bagian tertentu pada sel-sel yang mati. Filamen hasil pemutusan ini disebut hormogonium. Hormogonium memiliki panjang filamen yang berbeda-beda dan bila terlepas dari filamen induk, maka akan tumbuh menjadi Cyanobacteria baru. Contoh Cyanobacteria yang mengalami fermentasi adalah Oscillatoria sp dan Plectonema boreanum. Kemudian yang ketiga ada formation of endospores atau pembentukan endospora. Pembentukan endospora terjadi bila kondisi lingkungan kurang menguntungkan, misalnya pada kondisi kekeringan. Sel yang mengandung endospora ini disebut akinet. Akinet berasal dari sel vegetatif berukuran besar dari sel-sel tubuh lainnya karena mengandung cadangan makanan dan berdinding tebal. Bila kondisi lingkungan membaik, maka endospora akan tumbuh menjadi Cyanobacteria baru, contohnya pada Nostoc sp.
Next, about role of Cyanophyta, it will be explained by Sekar Wengi Nugroho. To Sekar Wengi Nugroho, time is yours.
Role of Cyanophyta. What are good things Cyanophyta can do? First, produce oxygen. The cyanobacteria have tremendously important in shaping the course of evolution and ecological change throughout Earth's history. The oxygen atmosphere that we depend on was generated by numerous cyanobacteria during the Archean and Proterozoic era. Before that time, the atmosphere had a very different chemistry that unsuitable for life as we know it today. So by producing and releasing oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis, cyanobacteria are to have converted the early oxygen pool, reducing atmosphere into an oxidizing one, causing the great oxygenation event and the rusting of the earth, which dramatically changed the composition of the earth's life forms and lead to the near extinction of anaerobic organism. Jadi dengan memproduksi dan mengeluarkan oksigen sebagai produk sampingan dari fotosintesis, cyanobacteria merubah komposisi bumi menjadi kaya oksigen dan layak huni seperti yang kita rasakan pada saat ini. And second, the origin of plant or endosymbiosis. The other great contribution of the cyanobacteria is the origin of plant. The chloroplast with which plants make food for themselves is actually a cyanobacterium living within the plant cell. Sometimes, in the late Proterozoic or in the early Cambrian, cyanobacteria began to take up residence within certain eukaryote cells, making food for the eukaryote host in the return for a home. This event is known as endosymbiosis and is also the origin of the eukaryote mitochondrion. Next, nitrogen fixation. Some cyanobacteria can fix atmospheric nitrogen in anaerobic condition by means of specialized cells called heterocytes. Heterocytes may also form under the appropriate environmental condition anoxic when fixed nitrogen is charged. Jadi beberapa cyanobacteria dapat memperbaiki nitrogen atmosfer dalam kondisi anaerobik melalui sel khusus yang disebut heterocytes. Dapat terbentuk di bawah kondisi lingkungan yang sesuai ketika nitrogen langka. Spesies pembentukan heterosis ini dikhususkan untuk fiksasi nitrogen dan mampu memfiksasi gas nitrogen menjadi amonia, nitrit, atau nitrat yang dapat diserap oleh tumbuhan dan diubah menjadi nutrien yang dapat diubah menjadi protein dan asam nukleat. Next, renewable energy. Recent research has suggested the potential application of cyanobacteria to the generation of renewable energy by directly converting sunlight into electricity. Internal photosynthesis pathways can be coupled to chemical mediators that transfer electrons to external electrodes. In the shorter terms, efforts are underway to commercialize algae-based fuels, such as diesel, gasoline, and jet fuel. Next, potential application in biotechnology. Cyanobacteria has a potential application in biotechnology for bioethanol production, food coloring, as a source of human and animal food, dietary supplement, and raw materials. Next, be helpful in agriculture. The cyanobacteria cultured in specific media can be helpful in agriculture as they have the ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen in soil. For example, cyanobacteria such as Anabaena, a symbiont of the aquatic fern Azolla, can provide rice plantation with biofertilizer. And cyanobacteria or cyanophyta can produce substances that could serve as anti-inflammatory agents and combat bacterial infection in human, and also produce goods for human consumption in vitamin outposts on Mars. Next, there is always bad and good side. And what are bad things about cyanophyta? First, produce toxins or called cyanotoxins. Some cyanophyta can produce neurotoxins, cytotoxins, endotoxins, and hepatotoxins, which are collectively known as cyanotoxins, that can be dangerous to live things. Some of the toxins capable of causing paralysis and also death. Second, produce a wide range of compounds such as 2-methylisaborneol and geosmin. When these compounds released on water can result in a change in odor and taste of the water.
Next, about classification of Cyanophyta, it will be explained by Kaira Nisa. To Kaira Nisa, time is yours.
Okay, I will continue for classification of Cyanophyta. Based on the presence or absence of spore, Cyanophyceae divide by three. The first is Ordocorococales. Memiliki ciri-ciri soliter dan terbungkus dengan gelatin, warnanya biru kehijauan, umumnya membentuk selaput lendir pada batuan atau dinding yang basah. Example of family from the order is A. Corococaceae. Ciri-cirinya yaitu cells are round, oval, solitary, or colony. Life is generally freshwater. Jadi selnya itu berbentuk seperti oval, soliter, dan berkoloni, terus hidup di daerah yang air tawar. Example of colony is A. Corococcus. Corococcus have characteristic. The first, unicellular organism or group in the aggregate form of 2 or 4 are due to failure of cell division to separate rapidly. The second, the result of cell division of the Corococcus is shaped like a ball. Jadi hasil pembelahan dari selnya itu berbentuk seperti bola. We can see the picture on the slide. B. Apanacapsa. Apanacapsa have a characteristic. Colony color is greenish blue. Is a non-filament colony. The location of the cell is irregular, dense, doesn't have heterochemical cells. Jadi dia itu berwarna biru kehijauan, tidak mempunyai filamen, selnya padat dan tidak beraturan, dan tidak mempunyai sel heterokimia. C. Coelosphaerium. Memiliki ciri-ciri berbentuk bulat tidak beraturan, selnya berwarna hijau kebiruan, bisa jadi mungkin gelap, dan terisi gelembung gas, sering ditemukan di plankton. D. Microcystis. Have characteristic. The first is colonies are circular or irregular in shape. 2. The cells of microcystis are evenly distributed by matrix cluster. 3. They are often black or red due to the presence of gas bubble. 4. Microcystis is hard plankton. E. Leucapsa. Leucapsa have a characteristic. The first, elongate round and surrounded by a membrane. 2. The membrane is sometimes pigment. 3. Found in moist rock or in water. F. Merismopedia have characteristic. The first cells are composed of a matrix in a single layer, that is, thin and winding. B. 2. These species may be planktonic or epipelic and occur in still water. 3. Reproduction of the colony is by means of fragmentation. G. Halopedium. Halopedium, we can see the picture of Halopedium on the slide. Next example of family Corocales is Entopisilidaceae, yang mempunyai ciri-ciri sel tersusun atas pseudofilamen, hidup di laut dan esturia atau air payau. Example of genus is Entopisalis and Chloroclea. We can see the picture on the slide. Klasifikasi kedua dari Cyanophyta yaitu Camesiponales. Memiliki ciri-ciri sel yang uniseluler, berkoloni, dan beberapa sel berproduksi secara endospora. Selnya terdiri dari filamen. Camesiponales ini terbagi menjadi 3 famili, yaitu yang pertama yaitu Pleurocapsaceae. Memiliki ciri-ciri talusnya itu seperti pseudofilamen, to form uniserial or multiserial radial pad. Example of genus is A. Xenococcus. Characteristic of Xenococcus is the cells pair attached to algal filament, undergo anticlinal division to increase the size of the colony. Each cell can produce many endospores and is called biocyte. B. Hyela. Characteristic of Hyela is the basal filament may become pluricereate. Many cells may divide in the form of endospore. B. Dermocarpaceae. Memiliki ciri-ciri yang pertama yaitu pembelahannya secara vegetatif, talusnya soliter, hidup di air tawar. Example of genus is Dermocapsa and Stichosyphon. We can see the picture on the slide. C. Camosiponaceae. Camosiponaceae have characteristic. The first is unicellular talus, produce endospore. 2. Periphyton, live in fresh water. Example of genus is Camesiphon. Characteristic Camesiphon is wide in distribution and generally epiphytic, found in aquatic angiosperm, moss, and alga. And we can see the picture about Camesiphon. Selanjutnya, klasifikasi ketiga dari Cyanophyta adalah Hormogonales. Hormogonales ini memiliki ciri-ciri sel tersusun dalam trikoma, reproduksi dengan hormogonia, hidup di air tawar, jarang di laut, anggota ordo kurang lebih 100 marga dengan 1000 spesies, selnya berbentuk koloni dan ditutupi dengan selaput. The order of Hormogonales is divided into 5 families, namely, the first is Oscillatoriaceae. Cells are arranged in a trichome to form simple filament. Reproductive fragmentation or homogonia, living in water or on wet soil. The cells are round, are threads, and eventually form slimy colony. Example of genus is Oscillatoria, Lyngbya, Formidium, Borzea, Spirulina. We can see the picture on the slide. Second is Nostosaceae. Characteristic of Nostosaceae is trichome are umbranced and heterochist and akinete are present in adult organism. Heterochist may be continuous or intercalary. Cell arranged in simple filament, live in fresh water. Example of genus is Nostoc, Apanizenon, and Nodularia. C. Scytonematacea have characteristic. Trichome is accompanied by a membrane which may be colored. Talus branching occur between 2 trichomes. One end of the trichome has heterosis or not. The arrangement of cell in the filament is sometimes regular. Generally live in periphytic in fresh water. Reproductive fragmentation, hormogonia. Example of genus is Scytonema Plectonema, and Tolipotric. We can see the picture. 4. Stygonemataceae. Characteristic is the trichome of several genera are pluriceriate, that its branching is initiated by cell division in new part. Cells are arranged in series or more filament branch, sometimes irregular. Reproduction fragmentation. Heterochees are sometimes present, if any are generally present at the end or lateral filament. Life in freshwater. Example of genus is Hapalosipon, Stygonema, Nostocapsa, and Talipopila. We can see the picture on the slide. 5. Rivulariaceae. Characteristic is the trichome is tapered from the base to the apex or from the middle toward the two ends. Attenuate shaped filament or taper to one end and enlarge at the other end. There is a heterochees, akinete, or both. Reproduction fragmentation. Live in freshwater. Example of genus is Calotrich, Rivularia, Gloetrichia, Dicotrich. And we can see the picture on the slide. Okay, back to moderator.
Okay everyone, I think that's all from Group C. I'm sorry for mistake and thank you for attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.